But this is number 41. It started in 1981, and I know my math is better than that, but my dad died 1 year and we had COVID 2 years. So this is number 41. It's just a little intimate gathering that I like having. So I'm going to tell you a few things about what's going on in our lives, and make sure I don't fall off the stairs. You sober? Yes, I am very sober. And part of the thing that you may notice is the music from the last century, and there's a reason for that, because this party started 4 decades ago. So I decided to start taking music from the various parts of those decades. And let me turn down this fan. There we go. Okay, so I want to introduce some people here, and that's all part of this gig. So you got to spend the next 10, 15, maybe 20 minutes listening to Alan and me. I thought we'd put that in the fine lettering of part of the admission is you have to listen to us. But where is my wife, Patricia? Is she?
Right here. Over here.
Oh, there she is. Well, you have to understand that she's not only the lady of the house, but she's the lady of my life. You make sure you pay her all due respect. She'll raise her hand right now because she's such an extrovert. Yeah. All right. Yeah, now here's some things about the Pfeiffer family. 3 of our 6 kids are engaged to get married in the next year. Married to that point, my son Zachary and his fiancée Claren, they have to raise their hand. They're getting married in March. And we made the mistake, or we invited her parents, Sharon and Jeff Scott. They're over there. They live in Georgetown. So this family's growing even more. And then my brother Rick, he had one of his sons already get married.
He's not here.
Oh, he is right there. And his other son, wait a minute, where's Chad? Chad is engaged to get married. So that's not even the 3 of the 6 I was talking about. That's 2 more. So there's love. I think there's love in the air this year, and I think that's what we need right about now. Now, we have to talk about Vanessa.
Behind you.
Openly. Back over there. Vanessa is a shareholder too, as some of you know, but she's got a new title. She's OOG. Have you guys heard of that? She's the official office glue. She's been with us 13 years. If it wasn't for her, this party wouldn't be what it is, among many others. Come on, stand up so they can see you. She's such a wallflower. There she is. Now, her husband, Isaac, is quite hip. And if you talk to him, he'll explain what a double hip transplant or replacement is all about. But he'll be dancing disco on that table over there that we had built before last year's party, so just wait and see that. All right, so we've also got Orrin, who is the other shareholder, the shareholder and heir to me. Imagine being that precious. There he is. Hello. But he's here with a very special person, Mackenzie. I think they're going to be living in sin together starting over the holidays. Rude. Well, it would be nice. But he spent the past year painstakingly renovating a townhouse he bought up in Northwest Hills, and I was hoping he would find someone to pay to do a lot of the work, but no, he did most of it himself. So there is another example of love in the air. Welcome to our little gang, Mackenzie. So make sure you say hi to them too. And that leaves us with Alan Barley. He and I have been causing commotion in this world of architecture since 1982. Now, that's a lot of math, but that's like 43 years. Now, Barley Pfeiffer has only been around for 38 years, but that doesn't matter. Al and I met when we were both older graduate students at the University of Texas. And speaking of the University of Texas School of Architecture, Heather Wolfer, the dean, is here somewhere. Heather, identify yourself. And next to her is one of our camp patriots, Keith Simon, who is almost as smart as me in building something. No, hey, welcome to it, guys. All right, going down the road here. Oh, we can't forget. Did you guys notice the wreaths around here, like on the front door and out there on the porch? For the past multiple decades, Stuart Shaw has been donating to our cause. Actually, is it Valencia Flooring that's
No,
contributing?
it's Bonner Carrington, but we're one the same. At any rate,
This is Stuart, and you have to thank him for the wreaths because they smell good and look great.
Thank you, Stuart.
Now, I told you, I had 20 or 30 or 40 minutes, right? Staff. The big news about the staff is that Derek Smith has had little Henry Smith born on Thursday. For some reason, he and his wife aren't here. So that's probably the biggest news of the staff. But then we've also got a new young lady, Hannah Carnes. She's right here.
Yeah.
Now, figure this out. She's an Aggie. But she has a master's in architecture from the University of Texas at San Antonio. So she redeemed herself. And Donna, who has been 14 years, she's doing a reappearance after working for us, 10 or so years, or 15, and then she went away for a while, then came back because she realized there's no better place to work. But the cool thing about having a classmate from the UT days, as well as Donna, is, what Donna is she's really helped serenely guide our clients through spending the most amount of money in their lives. And she does it with flair. It's kind of neat. Joel Eflin, he always mispronounces his name because it's spelled E-F-F-L-A-N, so I have to keep helping his mom and dad. And he's with here with his mom and dad just to so I can give them something. But he's no longer a rising star. He's been with us 10 years, no longer a rising star, because he is a star. And here, think about this. He has been the project architect of my little brother's house. Can you imagine that? It's up in upstate New York. We had to learn how to design for in Cooperstown, New York, for a cold climate. It's not that we really had to learn to, because that's where we grew up. But anyway, he gets to tackle my little brother and his wife and keep them calm as they spend the most amount of money on anything they have in their lives. And then there's Meta and Zoe. Meta's here, and I don't know where Zoe is, so he's out there in the porch. They're a dynamic duo, but listen to this. Zoe and Oren have got the distinct pleasure, and I say that with quotes, of working directly with my sister and my brother-in-law and building their seashore sandcastle on the Jersey Shore. This is the third project we've done for them, and it's going to be the best by far. But my God, has it been it's been a challenge, but it's been a wonderful challenge. We'll leave it at that. Okay. But it's going to be where we're going to have all the family gatherings for the rest of our lives. So you know we had to do it right. If I didn't do it right, I'd be hearing from all of my siblings, all of my nieces and nephews, of which some of them are here for the rest of my life. So that's why we're doing it well. And we can't forget Alan's wife, Dee Dee. I know she's around here somewhere. Now, imagine Dee Dee's role. She's helping shepherd two men, the two of us becoming old men architects. She like tells us where the bathroom is and gets us our coffee. So we would be in poor shape without it. And then there are the other folks who are not here. Matt Wiggers, who is now adopting, his fourth child?
Yes. Her name's Vanessa.
Vanessa, as a matter of fact. But imagine this, he's got as many children as he's got a lot of kids. And then Matt, Hart, and Dylan, but they're not here tonight. So look, the message today is that we believe, after saying all this, I hope you understand, we believe in longevity, consistency, and community, as well as connecting. That's why you have those name tags. I'm sorry if it seems nerdy, but I really want you to connect, because most of you are real contributors, if not all of you, to this community. That's why you were on the invitation list. Maybe with the exception of Keith, but most of us. But I'm serious about that. All of you have been doing good things, and that's the message we want to say. Is for a long time, 40 some odd years, we've been trying to pull all of us together. We've been consistent in doing that. We believe strongly in the sense of community and connecting. And to that point, this year, Barley Pfeiffer made a big commitment to Habitat for Humanity. Not financially. They even let me back on the board after a hiatus of almost 30 years. And there are some of the members here. I know JC is here, and there he is. You have to say hello. And Michelle is here, and Andrew. So connect with them. They're doing some really neat things. They're trying to provide housing, not for what we think. We always thought of Habitat for Humanity as providing housing for the homeless or something. No, it's a missing middle. That's who we need to take care of. And that's the little shifting of our priorities to make it so that you can have some real homes for the people who service all of us and our school teachers and other people like that we need. So say hi to them for us.
Thanks, Peter.
Thank you.
Thanks for doing that.
Oh, it's fun. And then speaking of that, Alan and I have been building homes and now community centers. Well, not now. We've been doing them for many, many years too. We're doing almost 20 of them for Lenore communities around South Texas and San Antonio, by the way. And it's kind of neat because you get to build the places that you know families will be gathering at for hopefully generations to come. It's almost as much fun as doing really good custom homes and remodels because there's a lot of soul involved with doing these things. And they're responsible, like everything we do, as well as being super climate responsive. So you can do that. We're taking that message and that delivery to community centers as well as homes. And that's sort of fun because it's just a bit of a switch. We didn't expect to get so many, but we're loving to do it. And this whole idea of consistency and optimism is what's moving us forward during these perhaps years or months of uncertainty. I don't know how you feel, and it doesn't matter. What we realize is we've been down this road before, Alan and me. We've seen at least 3, if not 4, bad downturns and recessions. And look, we're all here. We've all done well, and we'll do well. I don't know how you're feeling. If you're feeling good, stay feeling good. And if you're not feeling good, be optimistic, because we have every reason to be. And along those lines, it's a damn good time to build if maybe you're thinking of building, because the builders are going to be able to pay more attention to you. And that's sort of neat. There are a few builders here. There's the Olivers here, as well as Adam Oliver and Paul Oliver, I know. And there's the Skellingers here, and there's Charlie. Yes, there's lots of people here. Ray's here. Oh, how did I forget? Ray Tonjes has a significant. Ray Tonjes' birthday is today.
Peter, can I say something?
Yes.
So you just glossed over that stuff with the home builders, and so they're not just building, places to go have a community, but they're creating a sense of place. It's an wonderful architectural term, where people feel good. They don't even know why they feel good. They just feel good. It feels good, and then they want to go there. And they're building the culture of community by doing that. So it's a huge thing you're doing. It's Lenore, right?
Thank you.
It's huge, yeah. So creating a sense of place.
Thousands of families.
You want to go be in a community.
Bravo.
Thank you. I mean, thousands of families will get to experience what climate responsive architecture is about. It's not done now. Most of our colleagues, sadly, are into objects of art that are plopped in by a helicopter onto a property. We've seen it in all the architecture magazines. We are not going to give up our mission to promote real sustainability in America. People got wrapped up in equipment and geothermal heat pumps and all that stuff. It's not about that. It's first and foremost about designing to respond to the climate. This house is an example. We're feeling the breezes. That's where the prevailing breezes come from. We created a thermal siphon with a stair tower. There is something mechanical running right now, a fan to enhance it, but normally you don't even need that. And that's what passive architecture is about. And it stopped being taught in architecture schools maybe 20, 30 years ago. We're trying to bring it back. And Heather's going to help us do that. Okay. So since 1981, we've been doing this thing. And you made me notice the music was maybe going all the way back to 81 or earlier, and it's going to be the theme all night. Because as I was trying to put together the soundtrack, I thought, let's just go all the way back to the beginning of these parties and bring in a few songs from them. So if it seems old-fashioned, well, damn it, we're boomers, and that's what it is. So I want to raise a toast to the holidays and connection with each other. But first, before we get back to partying too much, Alan has in the dress, which is absolutely nothing like mine.
All right, so thanks all of you for coming. We're here because of you.
Louder.
We really, thank you, Rick. So we're here because of you. And this season and really this year, my reasons for becoming an architect have become more present in my mind. And I started doing this way back to do something, to find something I could do to help the lives of people and have a positive impact on their lives. And this has been the theme this recently. And how can we do that better as an architect, and how can we do that better as people? My longtime pastor and spiritual father, Kenneth Phillips, had always said we were given 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. We should listen much more than we should talk. And that's especially important to what we do as architects working with clients. But not only to listen to the people we work for, but it's another thing that's been on my mind about this term of listening to the land and letting the land lead us. And looking for letting our jobs as architects not come in with our own preconceived ideas, but to come in and recognize, what is this site telling me about how it wants to be dealt with? Because it's been there forever. We don't really own the land. We're good stewards of the land, but the land's been there since men have been walking on this earth. And then the needs of the client, and find how they seamlessly work together. And my job as an architect is to recognize that organic relationship and that symbiosis. And that's the big idea, not the big idea that I come to the project with. Design is like water, I always says. It's best when it's moving along the path of least resistance. Everything's working together. So that's the architect side. Then I'm asking myself, what can I do to improve the lives of people around me? And I always go to my favorite place, the Old Testament. And in Micah 6:8 says, do what is fair and just to your neighbor. Be compassionate and loyal in your love. And another translation says to love mercy. And again, here's sometimes the humor that's in it. Don't take yourself too seriously. And then in the 2001 movie, y'all might have seen it, called The Gladiator, the main character, General Maximus, played by Russell Crowe very aptly in one of my wife's favorite movies, was rallying his troops before going into battle, and loosely quoted a quote from the Emperor Marcus Aurelius. And he said, what you do today will echo in eternity. What if we lived our lives each day with the understanding that our actions can affect generations? What if we lived our lives each day like it was Christmas? James 4:13 says, how do you know what your life will be like tomorrow? Your life is like the morning fog. It's here a little while, and then it's gone. So I say, live a life well lived. Practice random acts of kindness to those around you, and especially to those you don't know, and do it without anybody knowing. Live every day like it's Christmas. Understand that you have the ability to change the atmosphere around you in a positive way. Every day is a chance to make the world a better place now and in the future. So thank you, and thanks for all of you being here.